Hello, I'm Camelia and this is Kini News. After 4 days in MACC custody, a Malaysiakini journalist is finally out. But is this about bribery or a crackdown on investigative reporting?
Malaysiakini journalist B Nantha Kumar has been released this afternoon after 4 days in remand over an alleged bribery case. He was arrested last Friday on accusations of receiving 20,000 ringgit from an agent dealing with foreign workers in exchange for not publishing articles exposing a cartel. Nantha walked out of the Putrajaya MACC headquarters around 3 p.m. in good condition. Also present were his wife and Malaysiakini executive editor R.K. Anand, who posted 10,000 ringgit bail for him. Since joining Malaysiakini in 2018, Nantha has been known for his fearless reporting on immigration syndicates, including those linked to government agencies. Meanwhile, in his editor's note, Malaysiakini takes the allegations seriously and is investigating whether there were attempts to silence Nantha or tarnish its reputation. The news portal remains committed to journalistic integrity and calls on authorities to protect whistleblowers tied to Nantha's investigation, some of whom hold high positions in the immigration department. The case has raised concerns about press freedom and the risks faced by journalists investigating powerful syndicates.
Era FM under fire. A viral video of the radio's hosts mocking a Hindu ritual sparks outrage, with MIC calling for government intervention.
MIC has urged the government to act against Astro Radio's Era FM over a viral video showing its staff mocking the Hindu kavadi dance. The original TikTok clip was deleted, but copies continue to circulate on social media. The video features Era FM host Pa Azad dancing to a veil chant by several other staff members before bursting into laughter. MIC Deputy President M. Saravanan condemned the video as an insult to Hindu faith and traditions, calling it ignorant and disrespectful. He also criticized Era FM for allowing such content, saying its staff lacked cultural sensitivity. Saravanan also warned that mocking religion threatens national unity and sets a dangerous precedent. The Tapa MP also demanded that those involved be held accountable and that the government take firm action against the station. Meanwhile, Era FM host uploaded an apology video of the incident this morning.
Kami di 3 pagi Era, saya Nabi Ahmad, Azad Jasmine dan juga Radin ingin memohon maaf kepada semua pihak berkaitan video kami yang dimuat naik di laman sosial Era baru-baru ini, berhubung aksi kami yang kurang menyenangkan dan telah pun menyinggung hati segelintir pihak dan juga sahabat-sahabat kami yang berbangsa India. Maaf sangat-sangat daripada kami 3 pagi Era.
In the latest development, the Era FM trio have been pulled off air indefinitely as internal investigations continue. Earlier, the government stepped in, with the Communications Minister ordering a probe into the controversy.
Communications and Multimedia Minister Fahmi Fadzil has ordered an investigation into a viral video of Era FM hosts mocking the Thaipusam kavadi ritual. In a statement today, he directed the MCMC to conduct a thorough probe, including summoning Astro and Era FM's management for an explanation. The controversy erupted after a social media video showed Era FM hosts Azad Jasmine, Nabil Ahmad and Radin Amir Effendi mocking the religious practice. Following backlash, the trio issued a public apology, acknowledging their mistake and pledging to do better. Meanwhile, in Parliament, Jelutong MP RSN Rea urged both the police and the National Unity Ministry to take action, stressing that the incident involves a sensitive 3R issue.
Dan minta supaya Menteri Komunikasi supaya campur tangan dengan segera dalam hal ini supaya memastikan dan juga pihak PDRM. Ya, mohon maaf itu boleh dimohon maaf, tetapi ia masih lagi merupakan satu perkara yang menyentuh 3R. So, terserahlah kepada PDRM untuk mengambil tindakan yang selanjutnya jika perlu.
Moving on to the next story, a war of words over budget allocations. UMNO Youth Exco Wan Zuhir Ghazali slams DAP Chairperson Lim Guan Eng for pushing to increase funding for non-Bumiputra. Lim argues for fairer distribution, but Wan Zuhir says the focus should remain on helping Bumiputra.
UMNO Youth Exco Wan Zuhir Ghazali has criticized DAP Chairperson Lim Guan Eng for proposing that non-Bumiputra receive an allocation equal to 10% of what is given to Bumiputra. Wan Zuhair argued that Lim was being too political and ignoring the reality that most of Malaysia's poor are Bumiputra. He pointed to government data showing that the absolute poverty rate is 7.2% among Bumiputra compared to 1.4% for Chinese Malaysians and 4.8% for Indian Malaysians. Lim, during his parliamentary debate yesterday, highlighted the stark contrast in past budget allocations. He noted that in Budget 2022 under Perikatan Nasional, 11.4 billion ringgit was allocated to Bumiputra, while non-Bumiputra received just 345 million ringgit, only 3% of the total.
Boleh naikkan daripada 3% kepada 10%. Iaitu apa yang diberikan kepada golongan bumi, kita tiada bantahan, kita sokong. Tapi daripada bilangan jumlah yang diberikan kepada kaum bumi, bagi 10% yang diberikan kepada kaum bumi, kepada kaum bukan bumi. Contohnya kalau diberikan kepada kaum bumi 12 bilion, minta kepada kaum bukan bumi 1.2 bilion.
Meanwhile, Wan Zuhair said Bumiputra 8 has yet to boost their economic ownership, and he urged Lim to show some gratitude and not be selfish to the point of ignoring more important concerns.
Malalap Assemblyman Peter Anthony begins his 3-year jail term today after losing his final appeal in a forgery case. With his conviction upheld, he now faces disqualification from his state seat ahead of the Sabah polls.
Former Sabah Infrastructure Development Minister Peter Anthony begins his 3-year jail sentence today after losing his final appeal in a forgery case. The Court of Appeal upheld his conviction and sentence over a forged document linked to a University Malaysia Sabah maintenance and service contract 11 years ago. A 3-judge panel unanimously rejected his appeal and maintained the guilty verdict, 3-year jail term and a 50,000 ringgit fine. Under the law, the Malalap Assembly person is set to lose his state seat and would not be eligible to contest in the upcoming Sabah state polls this year. Peter was charged in 2020 under Section 468 of the Penal Code, which carries a maximum 7-year jail term and a fine. In 2022, the Sessions Court found him guilty of forging a letter at the Prime Minister's office in Putrajaya in 2014. The Kuala Lumpur High Court later upheld the conviction, but Peter was granted a stay on his jail term while appealing.
For over 50 years, local and imported rice have been mixed without legal consequences. The government now faces pressure to act fast.
Agriculture and Food Security Minister Muhammad Sabu says mixing local and imported rice has been happening since the 1970s, but no laws exist to prosecute offenders. A Malaysia Competition Commission MCMC study found that rice mixing has been ongoing since the National Rice and Paddy Board was established under previous governments. The minister clarified that the issue is not unique to the current administration, as revealed in a MCMC study presented to the Cabinet in December 2024. Existing laws, including the Control of Paddy and Rice Act 1994, lack clear provisions to penalise rice mixing. Following the study, the government directed the ministry to refine legislation and control mechanism to regulate rice mixing. The ministry was also tasked with drafting price regulations for mixed rice for cabinet approval. These come amid concerns over local white rice shortages, despite Malaysia producing 2.4 million metric tons per season. A separate study by Mardi found that 50% of 5,000 imported rice samples seized between late 2023 and March 2024 were mixed with local white rice.
And that is all for me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to Malaysiakini.com. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.